Hello everyone, this is Dennis at Boulder Sounds. This is a brief video showing you how to install the update for the Crystal Glasses version 3. You're going to install this into a previous version, so if you don't have a previous version that you've already purchased, this update will not work. So assuming you do have a previous version, you'll download from the Boulder Sounds website Crystal Glasses v3 update.rar. The RAR file is a compressed file, so you'll need a utility to use to expand it. Personally, I use RAR Expander on OS X. If you're on the PC, there's numerous utilities you can use to expand these files. So once you expand it, you can see above it the resultant folder. It says the same thing, but without the RAR extension. When you open up that folder, you'll see another folder of the same name. So this is one of the things about this kind of compression is you always get an extra layer of folder. So go one layer down, and now if we open up this folder, now you'll see documents and instruments. And in the documentation we have the full manual as well as the version 3 information on what's new, what has been updated since version 2. If you open up the instruments folder, we have all the different articulations and everything else you'll need for the update. So let's go back to that main folder, Crystal Glasses v3 update. And right next to this, you can see I have my version 2 Crystal Glasses. So this is very, very simple. All you need to do is open up your version 2 Crystal Glasses, or if you have a version 1, it will work fine. And you can see the contents of version 2 here on the right. Probably on your version you might have some EXS files for the Apple EXS24. I've removed those from this folder just to make things look more clear. All I have to do is just copy or drag this folder, move it either way, into the version 2 glasses. And everything should be as it is. So you still have your old version 2 instruments if you want to use any of those, plus you have all the new version 3 material here. So now let me show you how to load it into Contact. So now you can see I've opened up Contact, and on the right here's my folder with the new update as well as the old Crystal Glasses. So I open up the folder that says Crystal Glasses v3 update and open the instruments folder, and let's say I just want to load some crystal hits. So one thing you can do, so this is not an encrypted Contact player library, so this is a source of great confusion for people sometimes. So you need to understand something. This library is not encrypted to be loaded into the Libraries tab over here on the left. So people get frustrated by this, and they bought a library and they all of a sudden think, oh, I bought a library that doesn't work with Contact, and then I get these panic emails. So this is not the case. This is fully functional with Contact, the sampler, the full sampler, not the Contact player. So you need to be very clear on that distinction. So let me just close this browser so as not to confuse you. So there's 3 ways you can load Boulder libraries into Contact. Here's one. You can just simply take your instrument that you want to load, for example, Crystal Hits v3, just drag that NKI right into the rack. And there you have it. And it'll load very easily. Another way to do it is to use Quick Load. Quick Load is this icon right up here next to your keyboard icon at the top of Contact. So Quick Load is basically the same as your Libraries tab. It's not quite as sexy looking as this with all the nice graphics, but no problem, it still works great. So what you do is you click on the Quick Load button, and you see it opens a browser down here, and you could drag, if you wish to, just the entire folder in there. So let me go to the, let's just drag the granular crystals in there. And you see granular crystals. If we move over to this column, we have access to all the NKIs. This will be there every time you load up Contact. That will be available to you unless you choose to remove it from the bank. The other way to load is simply by using your Files menu up here. So you can just load something from the load command, or if you've loaded a bunch of things before, you have load recent. I could just load my soft hits, for example, and there they are in contact. Really simple. So I hope that answers some questions for you in regards to doing the update for the crystals, and this is true in regards to loading any Boulder library into Contact. One other thing I'd just point out quickly. When you decompress RAR files, the RAR files, and if you have a multi-part file, if it says RAR 01 and then RAR 02, for example, the bluegrass banjo and the mandolin libraries are set up as multi-part RAR files. Just open part 1. Do not touch part 2. It will self-extract. If you try to open part 2, which is instinctively what people want to do, it makes sense, you'll get an error and it will not extract correctly. So I hope that helps you out. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Thanks very much.